This video is going to be about how I've made over $2,000 so far with Amazon KDP. So before I get to my royalties page, I just want to show my previous 30 days of orders, because if I go over here, it doesn't actually reveal all my books, so I can show this. But my orders vary every day. So right now, I haven't made any sales today, which is a little bit out of character. I did make a sale every single day in March, and so far for April, I've made a sale every single day, but before that I did have days where I didn't make a sale, so not sure if something's going to show up or not. But my sales vary from all the way up to 9 or possibly even more down to 1 a day, or even I might not even make a sale today. So my sales do vary, and it seems that that's actually kind of common, so it's okay if your business is varying right now. Eventually you should be able to make more and more sales the more you get into KDP, and the more you learn and the more you create. So let me go to my royalties estimator, and units sold doesn't always equal the same number in royalties. So if I sell 10 books, that can make me $10, or it can make me $20, $30, $40, etc. So somebody who sells 1,000 books a month is probably going to make a different amount of money than another person that sells $1,000 or 1,000 books a month, because the amount of royalties you set for your books are going to vary person to person. So just because somebody sells a certain number of books doesn't mean they're making a ton of money. You can set your royalty to as low as literally 0, or there probably isn't really much of a maximum. I'm not sure what the maximum is, but you can make $10 royalties a book, etc. So getting to my current lifetime earnings with KDP, I've made $2,183.72. Now, this is all my net income, or my gross income. This isn't my actual profit, because it doesn't include paying for Canva, paying for my courses, and I've spent a total of probably $10 or so on ads. So it doesn't include that either. But I haven't spent a ton of money. Like, for example, I've spent probably about $10 on ads, like I mentioned, maybe $100 or a little more on Canva, and then about probably $200 to $300 on programs. So maybe around $500, which is a decent amount of money, but compared to the 2,100 or 2,200 almost, it's not really a ton. So I've made a profit of probably about 1,700 or so, but overall I have made this amount of money with KDP so far. So looking at my actual chart down here, you can see that I did not start off my journey very well. I started off making less than $50 a month. I was making $10 a month, $14 a month, and around April in 2022, I made $3 a month, $4 a month. And then in June 2022, it started to pick up a little bit. I made, I think it was like $20 or $30, $40, somewhere around there. And then in July is when I made my first time over $100 a month. And that was just really, really amazing for me. And I'll actually just show you that on here. I'll go back to July, because this is the first time I made over $100 a month with KDP. And I'm also going to be giving you some of the tips and tricks that I have in order to get all of these sales, so that you can go ahead and do this too with your business. So let me just go to the 31st there, hit apply. And I was so excited for this month, because it finally showed me that it was possible to make a decent amount of money with KDP. $118 isn't probably life-changing for a lot of people, but it was decent enough where this was actually going to pay some of my bills. So let me go back to lifetime, because after that, my income kind of just kept going up, and it ended up solidifying or staying around the same amount for a few months. But once this loads, I'll kind of go over that and kind of what changed, or how I ended up increasing my income. So then in August, I went up to, I think it was over $200, a little over $200. And then in September, I was around 160, 170. And then for the next 3 months, I was around 161, something like that. And it just stayed consistent. And then in January, it went up to over 200 again. February went up to almost 280. I think it was 279. Last month in March 2023, I made over $300 a month. And currently for April, I'm around a little over 200, and it's currently April 20th. So still have a little over a week to go in the month currently. So what changed my business? Well, in June, I decided to buy the Passive Income Accelerator program, and that program is run by Passive Income Templates. You can check out their YouTube channel, and I also have an affiliate link in the description below. So I do get a kickback for some of the things in my description, but it's at no extra cost for you, and it really just helps support my channel and working online. So after that, I got into a new niche, and that niche is scrapbook paper, craft paper pad, and that seems to be the niche that I really thrive in right now. So that's what allowed me to make over $100 a month with KDP, and now over $200 and now over $300 a month. So I also bought the Rachel Harrison Sons Low Content Profits Academy course in, I think it was January of this year, 2023. I think it was January. And I've made it through almost the entire course now, I believe, or most of the ones that I'm interested in watching right now. And that has helped me a lot and changed a few things that I've did as well, or that I've done as well. So I don't think you need to buy these courses to really make money. However, I needed the little extra help and direction in order to figure out what I was doing wrong to make that profit. So I had a few issues, but niches and keywords was definitely a big one for me, especially keywords. And I'm just going to say niches again because I kind of knew how to find niches, but not really. So my keywords were really not well beforehand. So that's really what changed my business, I think, was how to find niches and how to find keywords. Another tip is going to be to not give up. And I know that some of these tips might be ones that you hear all the time, but seriously, I was making $3 a month in April. So about a year ago, I was making $3 a month with KDP. And I could have given up. I thought about it. I have videos on my YouTube channel about it, and I'm really glad I didn't, because if I did, then I wouldn't be making what I'm making now. And this is paying for my car payment currently. It's paid for my car payment since January so far. And that's just incredible to me. So don't give up. My next suggestion is that if you are struggling with niches and keywords, then maybe try buying a course. I mean, if you don't have the finances, it's totally fine. There are tons of YouTubers out there, me including, that post our niche and keyword research. There's a bunch of videos. I'm not the only one. There's so much content out there and so many YouTubers willing to help. So you can definitely get a lot of free information. But if you need more of that structure and more of that, like how programs operate and having that private Facebook group, then I highly recommend getting a program. But again, I don't find it necessary to do. My next thing would be maybe ads. I personally, like I said, have only spent about $10 on ads, made a few sales with them, really nothing major. I just don't have the time and money to invest into ads. So I don't believe you really need ads to be successful on KDP. However, depending on your niches or just your own opinion, running ads may be very helpful for your business. So, I mean, I just have a few random tips. Like, finding a great niche is probably going to be my number one thing for you to do. So, if you don't know how to validate a niche, then I highly recommend checking out some YouTube videos on that. And keywords is going to be another big thing. So, if your book isn't searchable, then nobody is going to find it. A next tip is going to be, if you are not doing well with making your covers or interiors, then I recommend outsourcing them to a company like Fiverr or Upwork, or just some other person creating it for you, because if your covers and interiors aren't up to par, then that's going to be a reason why you aren't selling books. My next tip is going to be pricing. So I always recommend having at least a $2 royalty on your book. At least that's what I recommend right now. When I first started, I did $1, and sometimes I feel like some of mine are even less than $1. And now I try to do at least $2, but I really would like to have $3 or $4, because like I said, if you sell like 100 books for $1 royalty, that's $100. But if you sell the same 100 books for $4 royalty, that's $400. So price definitely matters when it comes to your royalties and if your books are going to sell, because you want to be competitive. So I'm just going to change this to lifetime so you can see my units ordered to kind of get an idea. But like I said, I kind of have a wide range because in the beginning, I wasn't making them as high of a royalty, and some of those still sell now. So I've sold 992 units so far. So I'm almost at $1,000 unit sold, which is a huge goal of mine. That would be so cool. But you can see how the units kind of have gone up gradually, and they do reflect the pricing. It's about 2 times more. I really hope this video was helpful and hope that it inspires you in your own KDP journey.